Signing on for today's lesson. So, our quote for today was: "It is often said that when one door closes, another one opens. Learn to be productive in the hallway." So, when I hear people use that phrase, and I've heard people use it a lot, I think the automatic assumption is that a door will close today and another door will open tomorrow. That's not always the case. Sometimes it takes a little while before that other door opens. And so I call the space in between those two doors the hallway. And as you know, a hallway is an entrance way. Entrance way? Yeah, a pathway. Let's use that word. A pathway that gets us from one spot to another spot. And so when we think of one door closing and another door opening, oftentimes there's a hallway in between. It's not that you step out of, one door that closes behind you and you step right through another door that opens before you immediately. Sometimes that other door is at the end of a very long hallway. So, what happens to a lot of us is during the time in the hallway, we become very impatient and we just want that second door to hurry up and open. It's been my experience that a lot of people waste their time in the hallway. And what I mean by that is we spend time complaining, we spend time questioning, we spend time wondering when is the next door going to open instead of spending time being productive. What do I mean by being productive in the hallway? So let's say it pertains to a job and you end up losing your job, getting laid off, whatever happens, and you don't have a job and you're waiting for the next job. Well, rather than just sit around waiting for the next job, figure out how you can be productive in your hallway. This could be by getting some sort of certification. It could be by helping people who are in need. It could be by even perhaps taking care of some neglected duties or some other things that you had not maybe had a chance to get to. How can you use that time better than just hanging out waiting in the hallway? You can choose to be productive. I was talking to a gentleman recently, and this gentleman is planning for a big move, like a cross country move. And so, one of the things I told him is that as you're planning for the move, don't just sit around and wait, like, oh, I've got a year before I move, and I'm just going to tick off the days until my year is up. No, you can use that time to do some research about the place you're moving to. You can do that sometime to perhaps look at the cost of living, look at different things in that area that you might want to become involved in, all kinds of things. You don't have to just sit around and twiddle your thumbs and wait for the big day to come. And I think that's what a lot of people do when they find themselves in the hallway for longer than they anticipated being there. And so think about the experiences you've had where perhaps a door closed and you thought that next door was going to open immediately, but it didn't. How did you spend your time in the hallway? If you have an opportunity to have an experience like that, what might you do differently next time to make that time in the hallway productive? You don't want to waste the time. You don't want to just twiddle your thumbs. You want to learn how to be productive in your hallway. So it is true. It's often said that when one door closes, another door opens, but you have to learn to be productive in the hallway because that second door may not open right away. What are you going to do with that time? Make sure that it's something that's going to serve you well. Okay? That's our lesson for today. It's often said that when one door closes, another door opens. Learn to be productive in the hallway. In other words, make good use of the time you have hanging out in the hallway. It might be a little bit longer than you thought. Okay? There's our lesson. Hashtag life lessons. Hashtag listen and learn. Hashtag words of wisdom. Signing off.